A Delta style printer with a max printing speed of 1200 millimeters per second, double of what the K2 can print. And keep watching till the end of this video because I have discount codes that can get you $100 off the S1 Pro or $50 off the T1 Pro. A Delta style printer is basically somebody who could run with 4 legs. Instead of a regular 2 horizontal axis 3D printer, this uses 3 axes, 3 arms coming in and moving the print head around, minimizing movement between each one. This is how they are able to achieve these crazy fast print times. Speeds twice as much as the average printer you'd have at home, which can print a Benchy in roughly 17 minutes. This printer can print a Benchy in 8 minutes, which is revolutionary for prototyping. When you're printing this fast, you need a massive part cooling fan. So that's exactly what flsun did. They have a CPAP fan, a big tube in the enclosure that makes sure your parts are sufficiently cooled. However, when you're putting this much air on a print, your biggest concern is layer adhesion. They solve this by having a regulated acrylic and glass enclosure. This enclosure also allows for a lot more filament capabilities, but I'll get to that later in the video. The nozzle the S1 Pro uses is hardened steel, making it possible to print food-safe PLA and harder filaments like PA. Most 3D printers use a brass nozzle, which allows for most of the filaments you could want. I think it goes up to ABS in hardness, but if you're using more engineering grade materials, a hardened steel nozzle is exactly what you need. The flsun S1 Pro uses a standard gold-plated PEI build sheet. This build plate is very versatile, allowing you to print TPU, ABS, PETG, PLA, all with a little bit of help from a glue stick. The build plate's max temp is 120 degrees Celsius, which is really hot compared to other 3D printers. But what's more important is that it's got smart zone heating, basically only heating up the part of the plate that's needed to complete the print, saving you power and time. This bed also supports automatic bed leveling. This bed leveling uses the nozzle to probe the bed to make sure it knows where the bed is, giving you a consistent first layer every single time. flsun have their own offshoot of Bamboo Slicer, or I think it's an offshoot of Prusa Slicer, but it looks and feels a lot like Bamboo Slicer. It's also compatible with Orca Slicer too, which is what I mostly use for these 3D printers behind me. The extruder is a dual gear direct drive extruder, which basically means no PTFE tube getting in the way, which means there's nothing for you to burn and ruin. The nozzle is the standard 0.4mm nozzle, which is basically all you need, but they do sell smaller and bigger nozzles. The nozzle has a max temp of 350 degrees, which is crazy compared to the X1 Carbon, which has about a 320, meaning you can print even hotter temperatures. Some of the sensors it has are remaining filament weight sensors, which is crazy because all you have to do is put in the weight of an empty spool and it'll do the rest of the calculations. It's got filament detection, which has come standard on most 3D printers now, but it's also got filament clog detection. Clog detection, as it says, can detect when filament's not fully getting extruded because there's a partial clog or full clog in the nozzle, meaning you're not going to come home to a big mess on your nozzle. As I mentioned, it has automatic bed leveling and vibration compensation, which basically gives you an even extrusion when printing at these high speeds. This printer also has a camera in the chamber. This means you can monitor prints or you can make time lapses with their apps. The camera is about what's standard with most 3D printer cameras, although it's better than like the A1 and A1 Mini. On their website, it lists these filaments. Optimal filaments are PLA, PETG, and TPU. Going up to the next layer, it supports ABS, ASA, PA, PC, and PET. It also supports carbon fiber and glass reinforced PLA. This is due to the hardened steel, really hot nozzle. It supports STL, OBJ files, AMF files, and 3MF files. Its slicer is supported by macOS and Windows, and the slicer it uses is the flsun slicer, or you could use Orca Slicer, but it takes a little bit more tuning in Orca. It's got power outage detection, so when the power goes out and comes back on, you can just click resume instead of doing the weird measuring trick. It's got a camera to detect spaghetti detection. This you can only get for Bamboo printers on the X1 series of printers because the other ones don't have that AI or whatever they use to get it. This printer is massive. It's about 4 feet tall, which is crazy tall for a printer, and half of that is taken up by a filament dryer, which is awesome, because when you're printing with really hard filaments, you don't want any moisture in them, and instead of using a separate dry box, it's just right on the top. It uses a HEPA filter, which filters out the bad stuff in the filament, making it safe to breathe. So in conclusion, this is pretty much the fastest 3D printer you can buy, and its price is right around the Bamboo Labs X1 Carbon. So let me know down in the comments if you're going to buy this, and I've got a discount code for you. flsun did not pay me to make this review. However, if this review gets over 5,000 views, they will send me one of their printers. And please smash that like button so I can get one. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I'll see you guys later. So let me know what you think of this printer. The discount codes are in the description, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys later.